Floods have become a recurring nightmare for Pakistan, impacting millions and reshaping the nation's future. In this video, we'll explore why floods happen so frequently in Pakistan, the devastating consequences for people and the economy, and what these disasters mean for the country's future. From the mighty Indus River to the bustling streets of Karachi and Lahore, floods are not just natural events, they are deeply tied to climate, geography, and human decisions. Let's begin by understanding the core reasons behind these catastrophic floods and why Pakistan is so vulnerable compared to other countries. Pakistan's unique geography and climate set the stage for frequent flooding. The country sits in the monsoon belt, with nearly 70% of its annual rainfall pouring down between July and September. The Indus Basin, home to major rivers, is especially prone to overflowing. Add to this the melting glaciers in the north, which accelerate river flows during warmer months. These natural factors combine to create a perfect storm, making Pakistan highly susceptible to floods year after year. But nature is only part of the story. Let's see how global climate change is making things even worse. Climate change is amplifying Pakistan's flood crisis. According to World Weather Attribution, global warming has made monsoon rains in Pakistan more intense and unpredictable. Despite contributing less than 1% to global emissions, Pakistan ranks among the world's most climate-vulnerable countries. This means that even small changes in global temperature can have outsized impacts here. The result: more frequent, more severe floods that devastate communities and push millions into hardship. But climate isn't the only culprit. Let's look at how human actions worsen the situation. Human decisions play a huge role in Pakistan's flood vulnerability. Deforestation has left the country with just 5% forest cover, reducing natural barriers against floods. Major dams like Tarbela and Mangla have lost about 30% of their storage capacity due to silt buildup. Urban centers such as Karachi and Lahore face blocked waterways and illegal encroachments, making urban flooding worse. These management failures, combined with rapid urbanization, mean that even moderate rains can quickly turn into disasters. Next, let's see how cross-border water issues add another layer of complexity. Flood management in Pakistan is further complicated by transboundary water issues. Sudden water releases from Indian dams, especially during heavy rains, can overwhelm Pakistani rivers. The 2025 Punjab floods, for example, were linked to overflow from the Sutlej River after upstream releases. Ongoing disputes over the Indus Waters Treaty make cooperative management difficult. Without better cross-border coordination, Pakistan remains at risk of sudden, devastating floods that are hard to predict or control. Now, let's look at the immediate impact these floods have on people and the economy. The human and economic toll of Pakistan's floods is staggering. In 2022, floods affected 33 million people, killed 1,700, and displaced 8 million. The 2025 Punjab floods impacted 2 million, with 849 deaths. Economically, the 2022 disaster caused over $30 billion in damages, wiping out crops and livestock, and destroying infrastructure like roads, bridges, and even religious sites such as Kartarpur Sahib. These losses set back development by years and push millions deeper into poverty. But the consequences go even further, affecting food security, health, and social stability. Floods in Pakistan have far-reaching implications for food security and public health. With vast areas of cropland submerged, food prices soar and millions struggle to afford a healthy diet. The World Food Programme reports that 82% of Pakistanis can't afford nutritious food, and 11 million face crisis-level food insecurity. Health risks also spike, as stagnant floodwaters breed diseases like cholera, dengue, and malaria. UNICEF estimates that millions of children need urgent nutrition support after major floods. These challenges deepen poverty and widen inequality, making recovery even harder. Floods don't just damage property, they threaten the very fabric of society. The World Bank estimates that poverty in Pakistan has risen to over 42%, with floods pushing millions into destitution. Relief mismanagement and disputes between federal and provincial authorities undermine trust in government. In some flood-hit areas, militants and criminals exploit the chaos, while water scarcity in other regions fuels provincial tensions. These social and political risks highlight the urgent need for better governance and disaster management. Let's examine some real-life case studies to see these impacts up close. Pakistan's recent flood history offers powerful lessons. The 2022 superfloods were called a climate catastrophe of biblical proportions by the UNDP, with $30 billion in losses and 33 million people affected. Women and children suffered most. In Tharparkar, cycles of drought and flood repeatedly wipe out agriculture and livestock. The 2025 Punjab floods, the worst since 1988, destroyed 300,000 acres of crops and submerged entire villages, including Kartarpur Sahib. These stories show the urgent need for climate adaptation, better management, and regional cooperation to prevent future tragedies. Pakistan's flood crisis is a wake-up call for urgent action. Addressing the root causes, climate change, poor management, and cross-border disputes requires strong leadership and international cooperation. Investing in early warning systems, reforestation, and resilient infrastructure can save lives and livelihoods. Most importantly, supporting vulnerable communities and improving governance will help Pakistan build a safer, more secure future. Let's remember, floods are not just natural disasters, they are a test of our collective will to adapt and protect those most at risk.